So this video is Leetcode solving section, and basically I collect all these three problems together because basically you can solve by the single function. Okay, so now today they will solve the easiest one called the pass sum. Okay, so let me explain the important code. So somebody give you a tree, and then you need to create you need to collect all the paths from a tree. Okay, so this is the goal what I want to establish. So all we need is this function. So basically it will return all the paths from a tree and then collect it into a list. Into a list. Okay. Okay. So let me try to first explain it. So if the root is none, then we return nothing. But we there is a stack. Okay, so I create a stack which append the value. So you can view this stack as a path. Okay, and if the root left is none and root right is none, then I copy the stack into called x, and I use this L to append x. So L is some variable, some empty list that I will get into it. But basically, you can see L is the memory. Try to memory all the paths in X. And then if there is a otherwise we try both trees. And then finally I need to pop up the original stack. Okay, so I guess you guys understand it. Okay, so this function will return all the paths from a tree. Okay, so let me show you. Suppose I print L. So once I run this function, this global L and L equal to empty list, and after this L will be updated. So I can start from here and print L and let you guys see the form of L. Okay, so you see somebody give you an input, then you will create all the somebody give you a tree, you will create all the paths. So 5, 4, 11, 7, and the 5, 4, 11, 2, and the 5a is 13, and the 5a 4, 1, and the 5. So okay, so the final result will be collected into a list. Okay, so I don't have to print x. Okay, so this is L. Okay, so let's imagine that somebody already give you a function, give you a function which you can give you a list function which you can get all the paths from a tree. Then this problem say that, oh, can you give me somebody give you a sum and ask about whether there's a path which sum is just x, which sum is just this 20 this sum. Then this is very easy that you just iterate the list that I created before, and if one of the element sum of the element in that element will be the sum, then you just return true. So okay, so this one first find all the paths from a tree, then I iterate the tree. Oh, I define a small function called sum summi. Basically somebody give you a list, then you just sum all the elements. So for I string, I just return count. Okay, so for I in L, if sum I is equal to the sum it needed, then we just return true. Okay, so this is the philosophy. Then you can solve it very quickly. Okay, and then once we do this, then we can solve this problem. So this problem is called the pass sum 2. Basically exactly the same, but you need to output the results. Okay, you need to output a list which you get a sum is the same, which you get a sum is equal to the sum is required. So all the code is just basically all the same. The only difference is this one. So once you find all paths into a list, then you just try to you just create an answer list which is start empty, and if the summation of that path is the same as sum, then you just append it and then return your answer. So once you solve the pass sum 1, then you can solve pass sum 2 very easily. Okay, so that's it. And also this question, okay, so this question I want to also talk about. So this is called sum roots to leaf numbers. Okay, So if somebody give you your tree, first you need to find all the roots, all the paths. And then, for example, there are two paths. One is 1, 2, one is 1, 3. And then you need to combine into a 1, 2, and 1, 3, and then you return sum of them, which is 25. And then this one, there are 3 paths they created. So for each path, there's a map from path to integer, and then you sum of all these integer. Okay, and this is very stupid that this is exactly the same as what we do, since we can already find all the paths. So this is the same code. This is the same code. Once we return all the paths, then for each answer, I create answer 0. Then for I in a list, then we need to find a function. Suppose someone give you a list 1, 2, then you just represent as 1, 2. So this is the function I write. Okay, so this function, for example, well, if I is 1, 2, 3, then you will return like 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is just this COM function. Okay, so I just sum over our COM function in the list, in all the paths of the tree. Then I can solve it. Okay, so you see. So basically, all this question 1, 1, 2, and that is 1, 1, 3, and that is 1 to 9. Basically, can be solved by just a single important function. Basically, this important function will give you all the paths from the tree. Then once you remember this function, then you can solve all of these 3 just by the simple logic. Okay, and I will see you guys in the next interesting video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks.